Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to a new video. I know it's been a while. What can I say? I've been slacking a little bit in the summer, but I had like exams till like I think it was like end of June. After that, it was like kind of sketchy. It was like some hard times, but now I'm back and I will be making these videos more often. I want to do a weekly recap. Don't worry about these trades. I want to do a weekly recap of last week. Let me look if you guys can see this. Yes, you can see the chart. Yeah. Okay, so I want to do a recap of last week's biases and what I took because I was 5 on 5 last week. So yeah, I was quite right last week. So I want to do a recap about that. Let me see if you guys can see it. Yeah, like this. So let's get to Monday the 6th of July. Let's go to before market open. So what did I see? There are some things that you can note here on the weekly. I don't think I genuinely I can use it. On the weekly we are kind of chopping here, but still if you draw out your fibs, most of the things I will use for my bias are fibs and just ranges. We did tap the first quadrant of this weekly wick, rejected from there, went up, then here we have a open low, like not really a daily candle that's doing much. Then the 4 hour is quite hard to tell. Why? On the higher time frame we are bearish, like on the higher time frame we are looking bearish. Why? Just drawing your fibs from the 4 hour fibs from this high to this low. Look how beautifully we rebalance this OTE as well as this extended OB. So this extended OB and this OTE level was your key level. So we rebalance this OTE, we reject from there. So that is when you are like, okay, maybe we are actually going to be bearish here. If you open here, I think we have a range rebalance here as well. Let me double check that. Yes. Look, we have a beautiful range rebalance here as well. If you check here from this high to this low, we rebalance this beautifully into OTE, into CE, my bad, and then we reject. Then again, this go back to the 4 hour ranges. As well as here from this high to this low. Look how beautifully we respect this OTE again into that OTE range, respect from there. So after that, I was like, okay, we are bearish. In hindsight, we had like some SMTs here, but I was bearish to take out these lower prices. If we watch here from this high to this low, we have a range that is already rebalanced, but we don't really have any significant rejections. So what do I see? I see a unbalanced OTE level right here. So I want to use that level, okay? I really want to use that level. Going to the 1 hour. Oh, let me hold that OTE there. I think it was from there. Yeah, look. Okay, so from here to here. Holding this OTE level, this is very important to identify your key levels and where to take trades from ideally. If that doesn't happen, that doesn't really matter. But coming into this day, I was more looking for a short because of all these OTEs aligning. But I'll show I'll show what happened and why I instantly went for longs because of what happened. So here we have a unbalanced OTE range. Going to the 30-minute. Oh, going to the 1 hour. Do we have anything here? We have this extended wick, but I don't really care about that much, so I skip that. 30-minute. What do I see? I see a nice order block here. Nice order block right here. I'll make the purple or like pink. And on the 50-minute, we have a beautiful extended wick as well as this beautiful OB. So that is like kind of my key level as well as this OTE. But that is why I was more looking for shorts as well as of the structure. But what do I see on the 4 hour? What do I also notice here is a 4 hour range that we left unbalanced. So what do I want to see? Ideally, I wanted to see either this and go for shorts, or I wanted to see this and go for longs, or rebalance this internal range and go for long. So that's exactly what I played. This is an unbalanced 4 hour range, but we made SMTs here with ES. So this is like kind of rebalanced. We don't really have to come back and rebalance this range because of this SMT. So because of this little structure and this little SMT, look guys, note that if this range was not rebalanced on NQ and on ES, I would never have looked for longs. But because of this SMT, here on this 4 hour gap right here, little uh this little SMT, because of this little SMT here, Or can I use the other one? Nah, because of this little SMT here, we rebalance the range on ES and not on NQ. That's why I can look for longs there. So skip this range. This range is basically rebalanced with an SMT, targeting these higher draws on liquidities. Then on the 1-hour, what do I see? What do I see here? Okay, so we didn't really rebalance this range, but on the 1-hour we make a new range from this low. Let me use my magnet. From this low to this high, and look, we rebalance this into the first OTE and we respect it. So what do I want to see? I wanted to see any continuation longs from there. So I either want to see any continuation longs from here, like something like a manipulation lower, always look for a Judas swing and then into the higher time frame key level, or a sweep of this and then higher, or a manipulation higher and then lower. These are all the scenarios that could play out on that day. So I go to the 30-minute. What do I see? Nothing special. 50-minute. This looks like a nice low that we could be taken out, so I'll draw that out. Why? Because it's like kind of protected in this fair value gap. I want to induce it and then go higher, or as well as this low as well. Bang. So let's see if we get any rejections from those. Then 1 minute, we go to market open. Let's skip a little bit. Bam, 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 bam. Go to market open and let's see what actually happened. So we are coming down here already. I'll also show you guys what I played and how I played everything. Okay, so here, what do we see? Okay, boom. Market open, we manipulate lower into our first important low, into these ranges, into these beautiful levels. If we draw out these ranges, you will see that we rebalance a nice OTE level. Look, you see oh, bro, I was pointing at my screen. That's crazy. You see this little OTE level? We rebalance that perfectly and then we reject. So after that, I am bullish and I'm just waiting for my entry confirmation to take longs. I don't get any entry confirmation here. So what do? We manipulate back down, bang. We make an SMT here. We make an SMT here, bang. So we sweep this SMT here. I get my entry confirmation right here. So that's why I play it. Bang. What do I target? I had let me double check that. I was targeting just these relative equal highs. Bang, that's what I target, and that's how it played out. Bang, full TP hit, 6R. Yeah, that was day one, Monday. Not an easy day, really conditional. That's how I like to trade. Like, I have my conditions. What do I want us to do, and what is actually happening, you know? What do I want to see? A sweep lower, any of these lows, and then rejections, SMTs, bang, take my setup, bang. So that was Monday. And look, I did have this key level. At the end of the day, we didn't really use that key level, but you'll see we are actually gonna respect this key level. Yeah, I'm not doing all that. Let me see how I can do this. Bum, look for the next candle. Boom. Look how we respect that key level. Boom. What was my key level? OTE of the range plus this 30-minute OB, and look how beautifully we reject from that key level. You could have taken a trade off that key level, but we didn't we didn't go there in market open and in my trading range, so I didn't look for an entry at 12 p.m. So because that's just not when I trade. But look how beautifully we respect that, and you could have traded from there. Like if you like the swing trade, this could have been your entry. Is my cam hovering? Yeah. Okay. So now you see it, guys. What was my ideal level? A rebalance of this range, and then a rebalance of this range in the optimal entry, like the OTE, and then rebalancing the 30-minute OB, bang, then lower. And we see like how many points is that? That's like 1,000, nah, not 1,000, 500 points. You don't need to catch that, but I mean, the level was right. So that was my Monday. Then we'll go to Tuesday and we'll see how I did there. Let me check that here. So this might be a little a longer video, but like I was gone for a little. I want to give you guys some good sauce about bias. So yeah, I'm not gonna cut it all. Like I will be making these videos more often, but yeah, I just gotta be locked in more, you know. So Tuesday the 7th, I think Monday was the 6th. Yeah, that was this day. And look how we rejected. Look, my kilo was right here. This OB, bang, we have 1,000 points. Obviously, I didn't catch this because my long was here and I took that long. But if market open manipulated up, I would have taken that short. So then Tuesday, let's see what I got on Tuesday. Tuesday, right before market open, bang, bang, bang. Okay, we are right here. What do I see? On the weekly, we did make a open high on the weekly because Monday manipulated higher, and now we're just slowing down and going lower. What do I see on the weekly? You can't make this up, like you literally can't. On the weekly, what do I see? We have this previous week wick. What do? We make an open high into CE of the week by how many points? Like literally couple points, 6 points, 10 points, something like that. 10 points, 14 points. We manipulate up. We make a weekly open high into the previous week CE, rebalancing that and then coming lower. So I am naturally more bearish to take out all these lows, especially this low is a really clean low in my opinion. At least that was what I was thinking at that moment. So as well as these ranges, I just show you guys how we beautifully rebalance this range, bang, then this range, bang, and now we perfectly rebalanced this OTE range, as you can see right here. So what do I do now? I am still bearish. I am still bearish. Why? Because I want to see this low get taken out. Let me double check what I took this day. Okay, yeah. So I played it like this. So what do I see on the 4 hour before I take a singular trade? I see nice key levels right here. Why is this a nice key level? Because this is a 4 hour value gap. Plus, if we draw out our ranges, I always need my ranges. I use OTE a lot. I use the Fibonacci tool a lot. This is such a gem. And like there are some other traders that use this very well as well, and they be banking. This is such a nice tool to use. So I would say not financial advice, but use this to your advantage. So this is a nice key level in premium of the range to take shorts from. Then on the 1 hour, what do I see? We are really chopping here. So what can I see here? We also have this nice key level here, sweeping into that. Yeah, look, but ideally I want this higher level to get swept. Why? Because in the 1 hour range it is rebalancing that 1 hour range. Then on the 30 minute, what do I see? Nothing, just chopping. So ideally I want something like this or something like this. Those are the two main scenarios I wanted to see. On the 5 minute, what do I see? Okay, look, on the 5 minute we are having like some chop, but if you draw the 5 minute ranges, that's not gonna work. Yeah, my bad. This is not gonna work. If we draw out our 5 minute ranges, we are kind of respecting this, so this could be a valid 5 minute gap to look for shorts from. So let's tap it. Bang. What do I see? Okay, we manipulate lower. These are the main levels, but ideally I want the higher levels. But if we respect from this 5 minute gap, that would be valid for me. Why? Because like I know in lifetime there were a lot of SMTs. So remember, for me, what I noticed out of my data and my market experience, if we rebalance the range, we don't have to go back there. But if we did not actually rebalance, but ES did, or we made a lot of SMTs there, you don't have to rebalance that all the time. So be careful with that. If I know in lifetime we had a lot of SMTs, like something like here, all of this was SMT'd. So what does that mean? We don't really have to go back there. Even an SMT like this makes me question it, you know. An SMT like this little SMT would have made me question the rebalance. So be careful about that. I use that a lot and that works for me. So what do I see? We open a 50-minute gap, as well as here we respect this range beautifully in OTE. Then we make a new range. Here, this 50-minute range from here to here. Ideally, I want to rebalance this range and then look for a short. Bang, so that's what I want. Let's see what market open gives us. Is this here? No, let's wait for market open. Bang, 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 bang. So obviously you gotta extend your OTE to the range being made, and then you can see if we just sweep this 5 minute, this 50-minute gap right here, bang. This is such a beautiful level right now. You can see it, like especially overlining the PD arrays, like the range rebalance from this high to this low, beautiful into the 50-minute gap right there. So that's exactly what I want, and after that I want shorts. So let's see what actually happened. So here, bang. 9:30 opens, we manipulate higher into where? Into my key level. Okay, now the question is, do I see my entry model? And I did not see my entry model, so I couldn't take this trade. I wanted to take something here. I really wanted to press a button there, but I just couldn't because of the because I didn't see my entry model, you know, I can't do anything about that. These were now invalid key levels because we rejected from this key level, but I was still looking for shorts. Why? I had some key levels down here, and obviously also this low right there. So let me double check what I actually took. I took a loss and a win this day. So let's check this. Bang, 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 bang. So first I took a loss right here. Why? We rebalance this range like right here beautifully. I see this little rebalance right here, as well as the CISD right there. And after that, when my setup presented itself, I entered a short right here. I got stopped out. Unfortunately, it was a stop hunt because my TP would have been a 4.5R, and as you can see, we actually play it out perfectly. But that's just unfortunate, and that is the game, you know. I can't like win everything. That is fine. After that, I was still bearish. Why? We have this obvious low right here. So what did I do? I shorted again, and I took this setup right here for me. Bang. And what did I target? Um, I targeted 3R, 60 points. Why? Because I don't want to be greedy in these markets. You can see us chopping around a little bit and not actually giving us the clear volume that I wanted to see. So I took a 3R there, bang. Then we went to my break even, and after that we actually delivered to our lower draw on liquidity, as you can see. But I took a -1R loss here, plus 3R, so that's plus 2R on the day. So that was obviously a great week, a great day for me. So yeah, that was it. These key levels were now invalid because we rejected from this key level, and then we took out this low. So that was Tuesday. Let's go to Thursday, you know. Leave this, go to the 1 hour again, and let's check the not Thursday, I mean Wednesday. My bad, guys. Wednesday was so easy in my opinion. I think so at least. Bang. Is this right? Nah, one more. Skip this candle. Okay, 9 o'clock. Okay, bang. Am I tripping here? Oh, I'm tripping here. My bad. My bad, guys. My bad. My bad. Um, So go here into the replay mode, go here, bang. Okay, so again, what did I see and what was my bias? Let me double check before I start yapping. I was bullish this day. I can show you it was a pretty easy bullish bias, but not a good of delivery. Yeah, so what happened? We took out this low here that I used the day before. We made a beautiful SMT right there, and we actually rejected this, as well as I don't think we took this low, no, but we have this beautiful wick that I used as my level here. Bang. What did I do? We respect this wick in the, oh, you can't see the wick, my bad, guys. Look, this wick right there, like that. Huh, that was so tough. We respect this OTE of this week with a beautiful SMT, so I am naturally more bullish. Like, I can't say all these confluences, but guys, trust me, this market experience is from me, and I've been doing this for 2.5 years with my market experience. So when it's not really clear what you see and what I'm doing, like, it will become clear if you actually stick to it and show up every single day. I don't think I've missed a single day. Like, actually, I miss days, but I mean, like, I watch them back in the weekend. I check what would I've taken, what was my bias, and stuff like that. So lock in, and over time you will get much better at this bias thing. Like, back in the day, I used to struggle a lot with bias, and today, my bias win rate is like 75, like 80%. So, like, you can get better a lot. I use this week 75% of the range as well, 70. So OTE of this week, as well as this higher time frame SMT, made me bullish. 1 hour, what do I see? I see this gap. This gap is tough, you know, because, like, are we gonna like continue this bearish trend that we had the days before? Like, damn, beautiful range rebalance here, beautiful rebalance like that. Are we gonna continue that? No. Why? We took our major draw on liquidity, which was that weekly low that I used the day before, which was like these stacked lows right there. We took this low, and now we are rejecting. Why? Because we have a major SMT. So after that, I was looking for longs. What do I want to see? I saw this being SMT, so I don't really want to see us going lower from this. So I use this 30-minute range. I want the rebalance of this range, and I want to see ideally, look, we have a 50-minute fair value gap. What I like to do, guys, is stack confluences. Stack these confluences, you know. What I like here is, look, we have this range, we rebalance into OTE, plus we have this 50-minute fair value gap. Plus we have this 50-minute OB, and I think it's a propulsion block. I don't really care. Just some good confluences there. So that is a nice key level, as well as this could also be a nice key level. Why? We have a 5-minute range right here. Boom, look at that. From this low to this high, 5-minute range, we rebalance that range into OTE, and that OTE aligns with a inducement into a 5-minute gap. So those are the two key levels. What do I want to target? You have a beautiful 5-minute imbalance right there, and just I had some key levels up there, but I can't really talk about them. Yeah. So yeah, let's get into this. What happened? Let me see what actually happened here. Skipping through this uh, pre-market. I never trade pre-market, guys. Pre-market is really hard to trade, so I would recommend staying out of that. So, okay, we manipulate higher, or do we actually manipulate higher? See us manipulating higher, or do I actually though? So, what do I see? I see us manipulating higher, but it's not really a manipulation. Why? We take out on ES, we take out this major low. I'm checking it on my other screen because I forgot like actually what happened, but I know what I did in lifetime here because I noted down in my journal. Journaling is so important, guys. Don't skip it. So we took out this low right here on ES with a manipulation on this low, so that made me having the bearish manipulation because we did on ES. So then my first trade was this long right here that presented itself. Click this, bang. This was a super unfortunate break even because my target was like a little bit higher, something like this. Let's see how this played out. Oh yeah, my entry was lower. Where was my entry? Something like this. Yeah, this was my setup. My first key level was this. This is so unfortunate, like a couple points, but this happens, this happens. So yeah, but my bias was right. We had some higher draws, but this was my first key level, which was that 5-minute basically. Look, that 5-minute was basically that, but you also had this 5-minute OB that you could have used, but I had a key level right here. You could have used this 50% as well, or OTE, whatever you want to use there. I had a key level right there, and that was my bias towards it. After that, we went a little bit higher. I took another try at longs, but it was really choppy and really tough. My other try was right here. That go broke even as well because I got kind of greedy targeting London highs there. So I got broke even there as well. That was really unfortunate because I did really like that setup as well. And after that, we just dumped towards the lower prices. But my key level this was kind of a choppy day. My bias was right. We took my key level and that was all I need. So yeah, that was the Wednesday. Then Thursday, I'll go over right now, guys. So leave, go to the 1 hour, go to Thursday. But yeah, look, we were actually bullish. Then we manipulated back down. We rebalanced this nice range on here. Look at that OTE. You can't make that up. It's always that OTE that holds. Look, OTE rebalance, bang, and then we go higher. So that is exactly what I saw. Then going to Thursday, what did I see on Thursday? Replay mode. Thursday, 8 o'clock, bang. So I am naturally more bullish. I see this range rebalance that I just showed you with the OTE. Let me double check what I took on Thursday. Yeah, this was such a nice day. I just couldn't make it work, unfortunately, but that was such a nice day. What do I see? So this is rebalanced. You saw that. I just explained that. OTE rebalanced. Then we have a new range. This will get rebalanced in the future. You could have used this as a key level. Let me show you right here. You could have used this as a key level, but are we really gonna manipulate 400 points? No, we're not. So I need key levels closer to my draw on liquidity. My draws on liquidities were higher because overall we are just more bullish right now because of that higher time frame SMT that I showed you guys. On the weekly, on the daily, those SMTs will most of the time hold. Then we go here. I see a beautiful range rebalance right here. So this is all SMT, so I don't really use them. Then here we have a nice range from this low. Look, guys, okay, this is very important. So we have a nice range from this low to this high, but you can say like, bro, this is rebalanced. But you see, like, this is just engineering liquidity. That comes with market experience. Like, this is just such engineering liquidity. We can literally just induce this low, perfectly and then go up. That is so beautiful. So that's oh, my bad. That's exactly what I wanted to happen here. But you could have seen this as a rebalance and then use this range and then look for something maybe here from this low, which was also a gap. Yeah, beautiful. Which is aligning with the OTE. So those are the two key levels. So now we are gonna look how do we actually play that, you know? Bang. Then we go here. Wait for market open. What does market open do? Okay, we are actually extending the range. So maybe we are just going to hold this range rebalance, you know? In my opinion, this could have been used as a great inducement, but we didn't. We actually rebalanced this range and now we go higher. So what can I use now? Now I will be using this range from here to here, 30 minute, 50 minute, and now we see beautiful key levels opening up, which is this key level, but especially this. We have a nice 50-minute gap in within the rebalance of the range, and that's exactly what I want to be using now. Is there anything else I want to look? Yeah, we have some 5-minute here, but ideally I want this, you know. Ideally I really want that lower prices. But so yeah, ideally is this. This is also great. We'll see what actually happens. Going to the 1 minute. Oh, 8:35. My bad. I skipped to. I forgot to skip another hour. Here we'll see like if we before 9:30 open, we actually hit this level. This is not a valid key level anymore. Where do we at? Okay, here. Look. So what do I see here? Gotta redo this stuff a little bit because we opened a 1 hour gap, and this 1 hour gap is now beautiful to take any longs from. Look, within the CE of the range, so that is a beautiful key level, and that's exactly what I wanted to see. Like, this is not valid anymore for me because we actually did take something off of here. I got my setup right here and I got stopped out. That was so unfortunate. It was a stop hunt. It happens. What did I target? I target like a lot here, something like this. I was super confident here. This was such a easy day. Yet I still couldn't take the setup. I took it. I got a loss here. It was a great loss in my opinion. Took it like this or something. Stop it and then we go up, which is fine, you know. After that, we went further. I was still bullish here. And what did I take? I took a re-entry right here. Am I right? Yeah, I took a re-entry right here and I took it for a I targeted 3R 60 points. That is my minimum. But I trailed my stop loss after a 1-to-1. I got stopped out by like a couple points. So it was really unfortunate. Still made this a break-even day, so I can't complain there. But my bias was right yet again. Pretty easy day again. This was by far one of the easiest days like from the week, I would say. Like Wednesday was kind of hard, but this day was really clean. And then we go to Friday. Like, you could say Friday would for me be hindsight. I couldn't trade Friday because I was on a wedding, but this was super clean and I did my bias before, and this was exactly what I wanted to see. So I'll go over that. Go to the 1 hour, go to the replay mode and actually see. So Friday 10th of July and bang, look at this. Boom. Okay, then what do I see here on the 4 hour? We actually did come here. We actually did make that SMT rebalance this week. Bang. So we are bullish. Or are we? Are we bullish? You gotta check that now, you know? On the higher time frame, I would still say we are bullish. But on the lower time frame, what you can see, we are making some bearish structure here, you know? Like, we tap this wick, as you can see. Look at this wick. We reject this wick, which is a beautiful wick there. Then we start making ranges, which is okay. We can't we can make bearish ranges and still disrespect them. But what do we do here? We make a bearish range and we respect it in OTE. So I might be switching bias here. So what do I do here? Oh, I skipped too far, didn't I? Did I skip too far? I actually did. I actually did not. I'm the GOAT. So what do I see here? Again, a beautiful range rebalance. So we have back-to-back range rebalances. So are we really going to be bullish? No, I will be bearish here. But on the higher time frame, I want long. So what do I want to see? I draw my range, and what do I see? We have amazing inducement potential here. We can induce this high into this gap and into this OTE. OTE is so strong, so that's exactly, this is my key level. Get me shorts from that key level. But ideally, I wanted to see this. Bam, bam, bam. Look, that's my ideal scenario. But I can take that short still. 30-minute. How are we looking? Beautiful key level. 50-minute. Not loading. Okay, it is loading. 5-minute. Okay, I want to see that key level. I think that was my only key level. I could be wrong, but it looks fine. Let's get to that. Let's see at market open what we actually did. Yeah, look. Okay, so bang. 9:30 opens. We manipulate higher into my key level. After that, it's just waiting for my entry trigger. What do we do? Bang. We manipulate a little bit higher, and I think it was higher. Yeah, bam. We resweep, make my setup, and that is exactly where I entered. I can play it like this. Stop loss was my 20 points. So that's like this. Bam, bam. What was my target? My target was 60 points, which was right there. And as you can see, this plays out. That was not where I entered. My bad, guys. Damn. Was that not where I entered? No, it wasn't. That's not where I entered because I didn't trade it. But that was not my setup. I can't show the setup here. That's so insane for me. My bad, guys. That's I can't show the setup because I can't leak some things. But my entry would have been there. That's insane. I'm not like deleting that out of it. I don't really care. I targeted 60 point. My entry was right there. I'll take it again. Something like this. So I didn't have my entry trigger right there. That's my bad. Here is my entry trigger. Here actually is showing my entry trigger if I'm right. Let me double check. Yeah, okay, here is actually my entry trigger. Stop loss 20 points and my TP would have been 60. And then I'll let it run out and bang, we hit my TP beautifully. So what do? We have market open, we manipulate higher into my key level, then I wait for my entry trigger and I take my entry trigger and then bang, I took that. I didn't take that, but that is exactly what I would have taken. 100,000% I would have taken that. You can say that is hindsight. I don't care. I would have taken that, and that is how I would have played my bias. But so we have my move, like we manipulate higher, take my key level, and then we go lower, and then we start to seeing SMT, double SMT. Double SMT is kind of sketchy, and as you can see, after that we did actually go higher, and you can actually take longs from there. From that double SMT, you can actually look for longs because on the higher time frame we are still bullish. And if I skip further, like we'll probably go higher there. Oh wow, that's some Trump news, obviously. But look, again, my key level was right. Here, 100% we go higher here. Am I stupid? I might be stupid. Okay, we are. Okay, yeah, that was actually a... Okay, so my bias was right. Short term, I did want shorts from that manipulation higher into my key level, from there to take shorts and then look for my longs. And then, yeah, my bias was overall right. Yeah, I think I had a 2-hour week, which isn't the best. It was definitely a tough week to actually execute, but my bias was right 5 on 5, and I did want to show you guys that. Obviously, if I could have taken my trade on Friday, I would have been up like 6 hours, which is a beautiful week, but I couldn't, which is okay. Yeah, I think that will be it for this video. I know I was gone for a little bit, guys, and I'm sorry. Hopefully, the couple weeks will be better and I will be posting again from these weekly recaps. I know a lot of guys that actually DM me privately and these recaps actually help them a lot. I would say my bias is mainly on my market experience and my OTE settings and my OTE ranges because you can't just take every OTE range. You gotta be really precise and really picky with them. So be careful. You trade at your own risk. I'm not responsible of none of that. If you want to support me and you use prop firms, I have a code with Lucid, which is code SCEPSY for like 50 to 40% off. Depends on if you're a first user and what promo they are running. I would appreciate that. I would appreciate that if you use my code. If you send me proof on Instagram, TikTok, or on Twitter, all SCEPSY, and SCEPSY trades on TikTok. If you send me proof, you'll enter the giveaway, and every payout, affiliate payout I get, I give a great giveaway to you guys for all the support. I appreciate you guys, and I'll think that will be it. I know I was gone, guys. I'm sorry. It's been like 2 months. I had exam season and just some tough times. I've been doing better again, and that's why I'm back and I am making these videos again. If you want to see any type of video from me, just let me know. Set it in the comments and I'll watch it. I'll respond to every comment and I'll see what I can do for you guys. I appreciate you guys a lot. My last video actually did go pretty good, so hopefully I can regain that pace and keep going. I appreciate you guys and God bless.